Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Good
Good
morning,
first,
sir.
morning, sir.
good morning. So I think everybody is here. So what last last class? Acha, first thing, I've sent some notes, kind of things, slides and everything. You all have got it?
Yes, sir, we have.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Sir, I also just wanted to let you know,
Good, good. Ask question.
Kshitij is
Anyway,
having.
I'm going to ask that only. Any question, any discussion, no problem.
No, I was just saying, Kshitij, he's having an exam today. I think it's a supplementary exam, so he's not in class today.
That's fine. I think I don't care so much as long as there is some kind of auto attendance kind of thing. So we'll arrange something. I'll ask Sunny, Dr. Sunny. He will manage. Huh? Don't worry on that. You mean attendance point only, correct?
Yes, sir, attendance.
Don't worry. Any question? Like what we have been. This is bioprospecting class, and you all know now that we have collected the soil. We are just going ahead with our project or a story that we have collected the soil from extreme environment. We brought it to the lab. We gave the pre-treatment, and we have done enrichment for the bacterial cultures or microbial cultures, which are as per their environment. Followed by that, we use our media to isolate around 100 strains and made a small library of 100 strains. Out of that, we set up a screening model. So we screened those 100 strains and found out two best strains. And in last class, what we learned is that after this two strain screening and satisfied, we keep on continuously. Okay, we can also isolate, we can also go through meta. This was a classical way. Through metagenomics, if we isolate a DNA, we create a DNA library, we transform it into and host kind of E. coli or a yeast, which are the normal host. In that, we transform them, we do the expression, and we now we are ready for a large scale production, pilot scale. Large scale. What I mean is from lab scale to a kind of towards a production scale, and in between it comes as a pilot scale, which was 5 liter to 1,000 liter fermenters. So we in that process we learned the construction of fermenter. In last class we saw the upstream part, that what are the media, different media, carbon, nitrogen source, what are the constraint, what can be the shear force. I think that we discussed little in detail. Then we talked about maintenance of culture, because these cultures which you have got it, these two strains which you have got it, are very precious. So you do the maintenance. So we talked about maintenance of those cells, cultures, and then we also discussed about continuous monitoring the quality of that strain. That means whether it is producing and continuously improving those strains. Any question up to here? Yeah. You can't see that, right? So I'm focusing the slide which last class we did. Go through it for 5 minutes. I'm sure I know I've sent this to you all, but maybe you have not got that much time and you have multiple subjects to handle. How many of you find this interesting and how many of you find very neutral to this subject? क्या इसमें कोई इतना खास नहीं है और किसी को लग रहा है कि इंटरेस्टिंग है? Get me some feedback at this stage.
Sir, I mean, the fact that what I personally find interesting is that, from just a few microbes, we're able to get, a product that could potentially, help lives and save people. So that always I found quite interesting, because it's beginning product and the end product are so different, right? So the whole process that causes this conversion was pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Good feedback. I think even negative feedbacks are fine. What I would do is that then I will try to change, not that I will be successfully able to try to change little bit the track. If you want to know something different, of course, well within the framework, correct? As I always told you that we have to remain in the framework of syllabus, but I think whatever we can modify, will modify. This is a huge industry, and the application what we are right now talking, right from if you want to start your small, I've talked about submerged fermentation, and which will not cost more than 2 to 5 crore rupees total plant. I'm talking about with aeration, agitation. Right now, you all are not of that stage, but even if we want to put, I think, and that funding is nowadays available. So as a startup or even a small mushroom, I'm not going to touch mushroom because that doesn't form under the framework, but like, amylase, which we are talking about, or certain cardiovascular drugs, which are produced by fungus. You can just put it in a tray. You need only one room, even in your village or a small place, you can rent a room with little moisturizer coolers, you put it, and temperature maintenance, and those trays, just metal trays, जो मिठाई वाले के वहाँ जो हम ट्रे देखते हैं ना, वही ट्रे के अंदर you just put few maize grains and put a right kind of bacterial fungal strain of aspergillus, and you can produce, and you can sell that. You can just extract. Today we are going to learn downstream processing, but right now I'm talking about upstream. The second example which comes to the one which I was talking was a lovastatin production, yeah, cardiovascular drug. The second thing which comes to my mind is a red rice. If you all put it in German, the red rice, again, it is very useful for a cardiovascular, but it's a nutrient product. So you are not even blocked by any kind of regulatory agency. You can just put it into a good packing and start selling. So this same thing. Red rice is again a fungal cover into the rice, and it gives a reddish color of the pigment of the fungi gives it, and that red color is helpful in cardiovascular disease. So these are some of the very applicable production, and even if you go for a job, this is a big industry, even if you are going for high tech like a vaccine industry or a low tech industry, I won't say low tech, I think it's a big industry, beer or wine production. Look at the application. It's a huge application. So that's why I think this is a well designed and good course. But if it is not interesting, then I need to see to it that how I can make it more interesting for you. Okay, then I think we'll go to the next step. I think upstream is over. So, like, in our endeavor of this manufacturing of an socio-economically important product, now we have reached to the stage where we have got, say, around, let's take the example of 100-liter pilot plant ready. Yeah, so we have a good strain, we know the condition, we have kept the good temperature, pH, we have used the right kind of media, cost effective media, and all that we have now produced. And in a 6 to 7 days, we realize that the product which we are interested in it is now ready within this tank, a 100-liter tank, which is a fermenter. What we will do is the next logical step is we will harvest it. Harvest is nothing but just open the valve down. I showed you the exhaust valve or the lowermost valve. Naturally, if you want to harvest, it should be the lowest side of the fermenter. So if somebody tells you that please go and harvest the fermenter, don't look at on the top of the fermenter, correct? You will normally look at it on bottom of the fermenter, the harvest valve. You will open the valve, and from there we will take out our whole broth. Now this broth will contain required products A, but the other major non-required thing will be there. The unrequired product, because bacteria which is required will be growing, will be producing multiple products, correct? Not only a product of your interest. So there will be bacterial cell itself, unused carbon source, nitrogen source, and so many thousands of products will be there, correct? So we'll take out, and now in a downstream processing, now we are going to start onto the downstream processing. And the downstream processing is the process where we start purifying or separating. Purifying is nothing but a separating out our product of interest from this muck. Yeah. So just don't get confused. We'll go step by step and you will come to know this is very simple. Yeah. So first step, can anybody just read just a first line of this on the right side? I think Manas, you only start. I remember only your name, so please read it.
Sir,
Okay.
on the right side, fermentation raw material.
Yeah, can you see the slide which is on the left side? It is written downstream, and right side there is a big chart.
Yes, sir.
So just on the right side, if you see, what you see first, just read anything. So I'll correct you if it is
Okay,
required.
Yukta, are you gonna read?
Yeah.
Actually, I can see the upstream process, not the.
No downstream processing. Okay, nobody can see downstream process.
So I can.
Sir, it's
Sir,
visible at
no.
my end.
Okay, fine. So then whosoever's end visible, please kindly read it.
Okay. Downstream process influenced by product concentration and stability. Other considerations are yield at each step, process costs, and purity requirements.
Okay, fine. This itself, just these few words tell you everything about downstream processing. What is downstream processing is, it is concentrating. First, when you try to separate out the product, what you do, you concentrate out, correct? Then it is it should, if it is a you should know the stability. If you are talking about a very sturdy compound, I mean heat stable compound, then you don't have to chill it. But if you are talking about an enzymes or a very sensitive proteins you are isolating, or it's of your interest, then you have to keep the temperature low. So that's another important factor. While purification, the biggest loss in the fermentation is during the purification, correct? But if you are working on an alcohol, correct? In a beer production, I think you don't go for distillation, but in an alcohol, you go for a distillation, correct? So there you'll increase the temperature and evaporate it and take out your product of interest. So depending on your product of interest, the downstream process will start. But the most important, if you see on the right hand side, I want somebody to read this. I think when I say somebody, anybody, I would consider it is thankful and cooperative enough. I don't remember anybody's name. So just anybody who feels that, just pick up the mic and put your mic on and say. Till you all don't read, I'm not progressing further. That's it. Better and a better 2 घंटे. Yes, why nobody can read or what?
Excuse me, sir. Actually, I would read, but I can still just see the upstream.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. The purpose is, the basic purpose is that that whether you all can see the slide, because without the slides, if I talk, I think it is all going to go bumper, correct? How many
Yes,
of
sir.
you can see the downstream, and how many of each one you tell me? Put your cameras on and tell me, because I'm not understanding whether you all are interested or not, you know. Is there Janvi Singh there?
Yes, sir.
Can
I
you see?
too sir, I too seeing that upstream slide.
Okay, so I think there is some issue at my end, correct? Most of you are seeing
So
only up.
actually, right now we can only see your MS Teams screen.
अच्छा, ये कुछ गड़बड़ है, तो वही तो पॉइंट है ना, आप लोग बताओगे नहीं तो मुझे कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा? आप बताओगे नहीं तो क्योंकि मैं पूरे इंटरेस्ट से अपना टाइम लगा के आप लोगों को सिखाने का ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, और यदि आप लोगों को फिर मेरे को लगता है कि आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, ये कंफ्यूजन हो सकती है ना आपके और मेरे बीच में। हाँ, कुछ तो गड़बड़ जरूर है। I'll try to reload it. Okay, let me try again. कोई बैंडविड्थ का प्रॉब्लम हो तो पता नहीं। Jani, can you see now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What you can see now?
But right now I'm seeing your slide from MS Teams.
Which one is the slide which is focused?
Right now your MS Teams slide is visible only.
Oh, you can't see the slides, correct?
Yeah.
यार क्या हो रहा है, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है, because I'm doing the sharing
No,
and
sir, you just have to minimize the MS Teams screen on your end, and then we can see the slide. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
can
sir. Now downstream is visible.
Acha, thank you. Can you see now the slide? Which slide you can see?
It's slide 3 downstream.
So downstream.
Good. I think. Is there anybody who can't see downstream processing slide? क्योंकि फ्यूटाइल है, पता है, नहीं तो आप लोग भी आपका टाइम लगा रहे हो, और यदि आपको दिखे ही नहीं क्या बात बोल रहा हूं तो समझ ही नहीं आएगा ना।
Sir, I think we can all see now.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. Then just read the right hand side of the slide. Yeah, see, in my class, it's going to be that you all will read any one of you will read the slide, and then I will concentrate on explaining with the example and try to make it interesting. So I think both of us have to. So when I say somebody, I think I won't take the name anybody. You know, we are just one class, correct?
Sir, can I?
Yeah. You need not ask. Just start reading. I'll be thankful to you.
Cell separation, centrifugation, or filtration.
Yeah, stop there only. Stop there. I just wanted you to read that much. See, the first logical step, if you see, we have got a fermentation now 100 liter, correct? And in that, as I told you, everything is there. The cells are there, the broth is there, the interesting product is there, unutilized carbon nitrogen sources are there. So the first and logical step is to separate the cells, right? If it is mycelium, that is a fungal cell, or it is the bacterial cell, whatever it is, we need to separate it. And that's the first logical step, correct? If you separate the cells, a large amount of protein and other muck you are taking out, and the broth which will be left over will be like, beer. Just think of beer. If somebody gives you a beer with the yeast there inside, can you drink it? Normally you see a beer very clear, relatively clear liquid, correct? So it's a broth. So you separate out the broth and you separate out the cell. The first and foremost important step in the downstream processing is separation of cell. And the separation of cells can be done by filtration or centrifugation, correct? Filtration, any like, when we are talking about a fungal cell, what we are talking about is mycelium, big mycelium. So just take a muslin cloth and you just put this 100 liter, through it, what happens is clogging take place, but that I will talk later. So you try to use a muslin cloth and you just try to pass it through that. What will happen is a clear liquid will come down and you will have the cells separated. Any question here? Because this is very, though it looks like a first 2 steps only, but you will have a short note, 5 marks note is expected on this. Then I will send you the notes also on this, that there are multiple ways: filtration, muslin cloth, vacuum filter, multiple ways of filtering. But right now you need to understand and remember it. If you remember it, and because you all are spending so much 1 hour with me, I hope that I give you this, which will, when you'll actually read the notes, it will trigger back into your mind what I'm talking, what you are seeing. So cell separation is by filtration, and the second can be done by centrifugation. The centrifugation is see, if it is bacterial cells, you can understand that muslin cloth will not work. Muslin cloth will work on a good big fungal cells or a big mycelium production which has taken place when it's a fungi. But in a bacterial cell, you do a centrifugation. Have you all done centrifuge, or have you seen the centrifuge in your college?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the question you should ask is 100 लीटर को कैसे करेंगे? 5 ml, 10 ml, 100 ml, 5 liters तक तो फिर भी centrifugation हो सकता है. 100 लीटर को कैसे करेंगे? It is not in your syllabus, but that question should come into your mind, that this man is talking, this Dr. Upadhyay is in a right mind or not? 100 लीटर को कितना time लग जाएगा centrifugation करने के लिए? So I'm sure that at least I planted this question in your mind to give the answer. ये आपके सिलेबस में नहीं है, बट आपको मालूम जरूर होना चाहिए कि when 100 liter, 1000 liter, or then we are setting up a pilot plant, so 50,000 liter में भी वो work होना चाहिए. So there are continuous centrifugation, sharples we call it. In that, feeder, like the exhaust from the fermenter is attached to a centrifugation in a bottom of the centrifuge. And from there, the feeding takes place, and there is continuously rotating shaft inside. It's a kind of a bottle, a huge bottle, which is continuously rotating at a very high speed, a stainless steel bottle. I'm just giving you a synonymous of the bottle. And then it enters from there, and the centrifugation takes place, and the supernatant will be thrown out from the exhaust of the continuous centrifuge. So there is a continuous centrifugation. Then we talked about a cell separation by filtration with a muslin cloth. There is another rotating drum kind of thing. Is there a diagram? I don't know. No, I think here there is no diagram. I'll bring the diagram next time, but in some of the slides which I sent you, in that it is there. There is a rotating, just imagine this is a 100 liter tank. You have harvested it into a white tank, your full fermentation broth, and there is a drum which is rotating into it, and what will happen is outside all the mycelium will stuck, and the liquid can enter inside that drum, because this drum will have on all the sides there will be a cloth or a filters. Basically filters are fixed onto all the sides, and that is how the filtration and separation of takes place. So now the question should come into your mind is the next logical question, that now we have separated the cells and we have separated the broth or a fermentation liquid, correct? So now we have a clear liquid at one hand, and we have a cell mass. It will be in a kgs, correct? Because it is now centrifugation करते हो तो नीचे से आप जो pellet निकालते हो centrifuge होने के बाद bacterial cell pellet, or from a muslin cloth, whatever we take from the supernatant. Now it is not a rule that every product will be only extracellular. The product can be intracellular or extracellular. Do you understand this point, extracellular and intracellular?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it can be within the cells, correct? It is not required that the product which you are interested in may be just remaining in the cells. Yeah, because cell is utilizing the media and it is doing a fermentation, and for all 7 days it is accumulating into the cell itself. Yeah. So your product can be within the cell, or while growing for 7 days, it will release it out and it can be in the broth. So both at this stage, both are important for us. Harvested cell and another end spent medium. Spent medium is nothing but a clear after centrifugation when we take out the cell mass, whatever remain, we call it as a spent medium. Yeah. Or you can also call it as a broth. Yeah. So harvested cells, if the product is within the cell, what will be our next step? The product can be intracellular or periplasmic. Periplasmic place you understand. Let it be. Don't get confused with periplasmic. It's ultimately intracellular within the cells. Yeah.
So we'd have to break down the cell.
Correct. Cell disruption, very important. And believe me, you might right now at this stage feel it at Nova kya bundle maar raha hai, but itself cell disruption itself is a very huge business. That there are so many different kind of equipments designed for cell disruption, because you can imagine that if you are producing an very expensive intracellular product, say a protein or an antibody for treatment of cancer, each injection will cost into, you all know that Herceptin, if you all know, if somebody has told you or heard from somebody a breast cancer, it itself cost you somewhere in the lakh rupees, correct? 1 lakh rupees one injection. Or rheumatoid arthritis antibodies, some of them are very, very expensive products, more than 1 lakh rupees per few grams of it, one dose. So if such products are there, imagine that cell disruption has to be very efficient, and cell disruption is a very important factor. I'll take you little up, just see, but possibility ye bhi hai ki intracellular, we are not interested. Our product is definitely in the spent medium, and there is no product left in a 7 days. The cell has given out all the product. In that case, we just here it, can you all see biomass waste if the product is extracellular? If the product is extracellular, the cells are just discarded, yeah, in biological waste. ये clear हो रहा है? If it is if we are interested in the product, we will move further and disrupt the cell. I'll tell you how we will disrupt the cell. But before that, also there is also another possibility that the product might be extracellular. We will just throw the product in, that cells into the waste, and we'll just progress with the spent medium. But right now, stay with the cells. If the cells are interesting to us, we will disrupt the cell. So disruption of cells can be done. See, it's a whole cell, correct? So disruption can be done using, and even a sound waves we are using. But let me tell you easier ways. As we were talking during the fermentation, a shear force, correct? And I told you that blades cannot cause a big shear force. But just imagine if I take all these cells and put it through a nozzle, a very narrow nozzle, and leave it into a very big, all of a sudden release the pressure. So what will happen is cell disrupts. A big shear force can be created. Another simplest way is to put an alcohol. If your product is acetone stable, then that's another way. There are so what I'm talking about, chemical disruption of cell and physical disruption of cell. And third, very simple, is just change the osmotic pressure, because there is always an osmotic balance. So if you change the osmotic pressure, so one is in a physical, we'll talk about the sound waves, or with a very high frequency, and we will also disrupt using the organic liquid, which is a chemical way, and by changing the osmotic pressure, will again physically disrupt the cell. So the disruption, why I'm telling you, one by one this, because there can be a small notes on one of them, or the whole downstream processing. In either case, you have to, I'll be sending you this diagram. You have to remember this, and you have to reproduce this, correct? Cell disruption as a step, and then you have to write 2 or 3 or 5 lines about it to get the mark. The second, once the cells are disrupted, what will happen is they will now become a liquid, correct? Again. So you have to remove the cell debris by centrifugation or filtration. And sometimes if the product is very important, we use the ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration is too expensive. Yeah. So now you have cell-free extract And don't worry about inclusion bodies. I don't want to confuse. Just imagine that debris are removed and your product of interest, if it would have been intracellular, now it has come into the cell. Now you have freed it from the debris and again it is like a liquid, correct? It's more similar to the broth. Now, have you all understood this portion? And those who have not understood, tell me. And if 2 or 3 people tell me that yes, we have understood, then I think I'll be more satisfied. It's not complicated, but you all are learning for the first time. So I thought that it is better to ask and hold here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody who wants to any part to be repeated and why, I will definitely, don't just say that repeat. What you have understood, I would like to know. And what you have not understood, that if I know, it will be useful to a whole class.
Sir?
Sir,
पूछो कुछ पूछ रहे.
so you said the product can be extracellular too. So if the product is extracellular, it will be present in the medium, I mean the broth, right?
Yes.
So how do we separate it from that? We have
Correct.
discarded the debris. Then how do we separate it from the medium? We need a purified product, right?
Perfect. I think this is the right question. That's the next step I'm going to talk about. Our right side of this diagram. So right now, if intracellular, you have become very clear, correct? It looks like the way your question gives me a good confidence that you understood that if it intracellular, we'll harvest the cell, we'll break the cell, we'll take out the product, we'll throw the debris out. Yeah. Now the next point which you are telling, and which is true in most of the cases, that the product is extracellular, correct? So that is coming to the right side. So now we come back to the cell separation, centrifugation. So we were talking right now about the cell mass. Now we will talk about the spent medium or a broth. Yeah, that's an extracellular product. Can you read? The person who asked this question, I think just try to read this first 3 lines.
But actually, I cannot see the slide. I think it's problem at my end only because everybody can. I cannot see the slide. That's why I asked.
Is there anybody else who can see the slide?
Yes, sir.
हाँ जरा पढ़ो तो.
Okay. Cell separation, centrifugation or filtration, and after that spent medium.
Correct. Next step.
Extracellular product.
Yeah, so we will be interested in spent medium if the product is extracellular. Is it becoming clear from here?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Yeah, हम तभी ध्यान देंगे स्पेंट के ऊपर यानी ब्रॉथ के ऊपर जब हमारी प्रोडक्ट उसके अंदर होगी. हमारा इंटरेस्ट तो हमारी प्रोडक्ट में है. तो we will be looking into spent medium or a broth. Spent medium, let me just stay with spent medium. Spent medium, if our product is there, that simply means that our product is extracellular, correct? So we will, yes. The next steps are concentration step. इसका full next class में मैं पूरा concentration steps का expanded version आप लोगों को बताऊंगा because it is important for us. Now here concentration steps आज मैं सिर्फ समझा लेता हूँ पूरी process समझा लेता हूँ. Then we will come back to this concentration steps because that is going to be definitely a short note. Yeah, मान के चलो कि वो आएगा ही एग्जाम में. That is by extraction and purification. But today I just to stay with the flow, we will right now go ahead that we will concentrate the product, correct? Because ये तो cell mass was okay. It was 5 kg or 10 kg, so we could handle it in a small pot. यहाँ तो 100 liter now the next when you separate it from the cell, you will have an 100 liter of spent medium. Yeah, तो 100 liter में से हमारी product निकालने के लिए we will have multiple steps, correct? And we need to first concentrate our product. Concentration is nothing but removing the unwanted thing and keeping the wanted thing, correct? So in one step, it is not going to be pure product, but we will slowly concentrate it and we will get rid of this, we'll make this 100 liter medium in a handleable way to around 2 to 5 liter in which our product is concentrated form. Does that make clear? Please ask some question here. So, तो मुझे समझ में आएगा कि क्या इस see for me this is so lucid because I can visualize. मैंने खुद किया है तो. But I can understand for you it might be French and Latin. तो बताओ मेरे को क्या लग रहा है इतना पोर्शन.
Sir, Sir, my question is how will we come to know that firstly our product is extracellular or intracellular?
Excellent question, right? I think this question is very apt question. Yeah. So, once the fermentation during the upstream processing, what we do is I told you, and I'll just skip, maybe I have not told or not. So every day we have a sample port, and that sample port is also attached with the probes, which are electronic probes, which are dipped into the media, and they continuously monitor the production of our compound of interest. If it is extracellular, it is very easy. So we, from the sample port, we take the sample, and we have set up a screening model. I'll take an example. It's a good question, and I think for everybody this is very important. कि हमें पता कैसे चलेगा यार एक्स्ट्रा सेल्युलर प्रोडक्ट है या इंट्रासेल्युलर प्रोडक्ट है. So in that scenario, let's go back to our example of amylase. If the product of interest is amylase, in that case, what we will do, we'll take out the sample from the 100-liter fermenter, just 5 ml of sample, 2 to 5 ml of sample every day. In fact, every 6 hourly we take the sample. So every 6 hourly we will take the sample. We will centrifuge the sample, just this 5 ml now I'm talking about. And we will just separate the cells and we will separate the broth. The cells we will disrupt, yeah, and we will now the broth and the separated cell which are disrupted, we will check for amylase activity. I'm sure by now you all know that amylase activity can be checked by putting on a starch plate. We will put few microliters of this broth. At the same time, on another plate, we will put from the cell disrupted cells we will put, and we will come to know. Now we will incubate it and put an iodine. So you will come to know where my amylase is. I'll clarify this with a further example. So we go back to screening model, correct? Screening model is useful throughout the fermentation. Your question was clearly, if I put this question in a different scientific word, how I'm going to screen where my product is. So the screening model will be useful. Any further question on, please ask some further question. So I'll become more, see this whole important point which was missed out. And that is what continuously in upstream you monitor whether my product is still being made. Is it made? Is it made? Is it increasing? It is increasing. If it is not increasing, so it's a time to harvest. So that is the time we stop the upstream and we go to downstream. Is it clear now somewhat? और एक example लेके clear कर सकता हूँ मैं.
Yes.
Yeah, it must be clear to you, but I think I just wanted overall class response on that.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, fine. So you understand. So then we go for a, yeah, good. So, have you all done ion exchange chromatography? उसमें positive ions, negative ions, and there is exchange. Ion exchange chromatography you all have done?
Sir, in lab we only did paper chromatography.
Achha, na, but have you heard? I understood. Paper chromatography is not so. It's an analytical tool. Yeah, and here we are talking about actually applied large-scale purification tool. Paper chromatography principle बहुत different है. We can use chromatography principle, which also I will tell you under concentration. This is under concentration step. We can purify using a different chromatography techniques. Yeah. Or precipitation. Protein precipitation किया है कभी आप लोगों ने, like we put an acetone and all the proteins will get precipitated out. Or absorption chromatography. Charcoal पे absorb हो जाता है.
So we learned everything only in theory because all the
No, I understand. No, we are talking about theory only. This class itself is a theory class. But have you all done in a theoretical class? I will just give you more detailed example and try to portray a picture in front of you how we do it. But otherwise, it's the same principle which we'll be using. Ion exchange chromatography class में किया है ना?
We learned it in brief, sir. I think in the beginning of the second year.
I think it was there in that. One of the earlier class when I used to take BSc, I used to teach them. So, ion exchange chromatography is, now I'm talking about a concentration step. because now we have a 100-liter medium, and we have to bring it down to a logical 2-liter to 3-liter concentrated product in 2 to 3-liter, which are handleable. Correct. So there can be, let me first, now I started with ion exchange chromatography. So let me tell you about ion exchange chromatography. See, actually, if you see here, downstairs, if you come down, media concentrate, and then this cell extract, everything can be done. Dialysis. Okay, let me go with this. Can you all see on your slide dialysis?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
Yeah. Next
Yes,
is
sir.
next is precipitation.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Then partition chromatography
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Yes,
and
sir.
different kind of chromatographic steps.
Yes, sir.
Ultrafiltration
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
and distillation.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
So let me start with distillation. I think you all will get intoxicated. So, distillation, if we are talking about alcohol product, as we are talking, naturally we will take this all 100-liter and we'll take it for just increase the temperature of that vessel in which this 100-liter spent is there. And we will take out our alcohol. If it is an vapor, if your product is vaporizable at logical temperature of 45 to 65, the distillation is the best way to take out the product, and very quick purification will happen. Can you all visualize this? Just you increase the temperature, you harvest your material into a container where you can definitely increase the temperature, and you just take out alcohol by distillation. Distillation is once you increase the temperature and then you cool it down, the vapors which come, you cool it down into another pot, collect them into a cold pot. So they will immediately condense and you will have a purified alcohol. Is it very easily understandable or कोई complexity है?
No, sir, it's understand.
So one can be distillation. Yeah. Dialysis, you all know?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is dialysis? Tell me.
Sir, purification of blood,
Okay.
like in biology.
Yeah. But in dialysis, we have a membrane. It's a cut-off membranes, correct? How purification takes place? Because we do a dialysis in such a way that the unwanted small molecular weight compounds are going out, and dialysis bag will have all the required components. Blood के जो required component. You have taken example, so I'm taking a blood example here. But coming back to our broth, if our product is an high kilodalton protein, a protein with an high molecular weight, then, and if we are not interested in a small molecular weight protein, what we will do is we will do dialysis. The dialysis will keep all the high molecular weight protein inside, and the low molecular weight protein will go out of the dialysis bag, and that is what the dialysis. Correct. Precipitation is very simple. We use, even our normal life, we do a precipitation, but I will tell you as a very simple. If you take an acetone and protein, okay, you all must have done DNA purification. In that you must have done precipitation, correct? DNA purification किया होगा ना अपने जेल पे चलाते हुए. Phenol precipitation उसमें जो phenol वाला step है. How many of you have done it or not done it? So anyway, there is a okay, go ahead. Anything you want to say? Anybody?
Yes, sir. We have learned
So
precipitating the DNA within alcohol.
yeah, I think precipitation. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, see, if this 20-mark question comes, तो upper तो मैंने बता दिया कि every stage, right from a cell separation, centrifugation, you can write 4, 4, 5 lines, and then if it is intracellular product, then breaking of cell, that is disruption, then again centrifugation. If it is extracellular product, then again. So 20-mark question with just, if you remember this one slide, you can easily answer. How many of you feel you cannot?
Sir, it's easy to remember this chart, but it will be more viable if we provided some notes.
Clear? आवाज clear नहीं आ रहा था. Please tell. Repeat.
It's easy to remember this chart, but it will be more viable if we send some notes.
I won't send the notes. I want you all to prepare. That's why I have the notes, and I want you to do little work on this, because that will make you interesting. I can always send you the notes. These are available anyway. But थोड़ा सा आप search करोगे तो आपको मिल जाएगा. इसके लिए dialysis, you just put it on a Google dialysis and just write down. And what I told you now, it is explained the full dialysis. So write it down right now. Also, if you write it down when I'm talking, if you just write it down 3 lines or 4 lines on dialysis, precipitation, which we are talking, distillation, what are the products, and you will do distillation and how distillation will be done. Similarly, ultrafiltration is what? It's a filtration and the basis of the pressure. So I want you all to do at least that much work. Yeah. But if you all can't do it, then I'll send it, no problem. Okay. But I think that much should be, because you have learned all these processes previously. I'm just bringing it to the perspective in an applied phenomena. Yeah, that is what. Don't wait for your teachers or your people to give you everything ready-made. I say pass कर देंगे यार, pass ही होना है तो, but सीखना है तो थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्ट लेके उसमें पैशन होना चाहिए. कोई भी, मैं नहीं कहता हूँ कि आपका बायो प्रोस्पेक्टिंग में पैशन हो, बट जो भी इसमें आपका थोड़ा सा जो आपके सब्जेक्ट है उसमें थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट लोगे तो दिस आर ऑल जनरल काइंड ऑफ मेथडोलॉजी. And if you really look for yourself, you will get more clarity. Yeah, that is the purpose. And my purpose of bringing only in this one slide everything is because that जब आप ये एक स्लाइड याद कर लोगे तो फिर while writing a 20 mark question, each step becomes a first paragraph for you, like harvest of the cell separation. इस ये purpose है. हाँ. So let's see how we go. But okay, I've noted your request that you wanted this notes on this. The next step is crystallization, drying, and lyophilization. So after this second step, this lines you can see in the chromatography, ultrafiltration, distillation, dialysis, precipitation, and partition chromatography. Various steps will bring you a semi-pure product. But when you want to market, you want to do a very, very pure product. So that can be done using crystallization, lyophilization, because if you are talking of amylase only, if you stay with, or any antiviral drug which is to be injected into human, and amylase also to be used in your house, you don't want it to be colored, so you want a purified crystallized product, and which can be used using a simple crystallization methodologies, a concentration, and then giving an unfavorable unfavorable solubility parameter. यदि NaCl को आप पानी में डिसॉल्व करके फिर पानी को उबाल दोगे तो कॉन्सेंट्रेट होते जाएगा, और फिर देन इफ यू लीव एट सम स्टेज एंड एकदम चिल करोगे तो यू विल गेट एन NaCl crystals. So that's a crystallization. Drying and lyophilization. And if it is an injectable sterile product, then you have to do sterile filtration and packing. So that's the last step in that, and your finished product is ready. And effluent treatment is a separate thing. Everywhere we'll get effluent. So from where the effluent is coming, that has to be biological waste, so it has to be properly discarded. Similarly, this spent medium, after taking away everything, it will be coming into a effluent. So this is what the whole chart about downstream processing. And I'll, now, so what this downstream product, this cell, this, there was one request right away that please give us little more notes kind of thing. But if you see here, this is a notes, correct? Now I'm talking about extracellular product or intracellular. Can you see the next slide? Can you all see the next slide?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then you can see that cell disruption. Here I have expanded it: chemical, enzymatic, mechanical, and physical. Correct. So now at least from your side, write down one line for chemical. How enzymatically? See, chemicals can be, I already told you that we can put a very high salt, or we can put an organic liquid. I mean organic, say alcohol or acetone or ethyl acetate, which will chemically disrupt the cell. Enzymatic disruption of the cell can be done using any of the cell wall lysing enzymes, so enzymatic disruption. Mechanical, I told you that we very high frequency, high energy sound waves we put through. And physical is actually like, there is French press, where there is a very high pressure between the two, which is called as a French press. So this should be sufficient, or you want further the notes on chemical enzymatic? So फिर mug up कर लोगे और vomit करके आ जाओगे एग्जाम में. I know that you didn't like the way I said. Sorry, please give the feedback. क्या बता रहे थे?
नहीं सर, मैं बता रहा था कि this is sufficient.
हाँ, नहीं मैं भेजूंगा.
इसमें थोड़ा सेंटेंस ऐड कर लेंगे तो फिर हो जाएगा.
हाँ. और मैं आपको भेज भी दूंगा. See, I have no problem. But the education system के साथ मेरा प्रॉब्लम है. और मैं भी समझ सकता हूँ कि आपको यदि 50 सब्जेक्ट पढ़ने हैं तो हर एक में आप कितना टाइम लगाओगे. बट देन एजुकेशन सिस्टम के साथ मेरा ये प्रॉब्लम है कि यदि मैं दे दूंगा ना तो इनवेरिएबली आप उस टाइम तो पढ़ भी लोगे, एग्जाम में लिख भी आते हो, बट बाद में यदि जब एप्लीकेशन में जाओगे, एंड दिस इज अप्लाइड सब्जेक्ट, तो आपको प्रॉब्लम आएगी. इसके लिए विल जॉइंटली डू इन सच अ वे दैट आई आल्सो वांट यू टू गेट गुड मार्क्स एंड पास आउट. एनीवे, सो दिस शुड बी मोर और लेस, इफ यू सी दिस solid liquid separation in that centrifugation, sedimentation, extraction. So if you read these slides, it is very, very self-explanatory. The previously what I have explained, everything is coming up into the more expanded way here. ये slide किसको समझ में नहीं आ रही है? 11:10. Just spend 5 minutes looking at the slide, please. So this slide sets, now onwards, each step which we've seen here are in an expanded way. Correct? See, this is the one which we are talking about, this concentration steps. Yeah. Then you will have again this purification of a soluble intracellular. So if the products are intracellular and protein, what are the different steps in production? Disruption of recovered cells, cellular debris, protein precipitation of the cell-free extract, ammonium sulfate you use. Recovery of protein by after this precipitation, you will do centrifugation. Then desalting. Naturally, you need to remove this ammonium sulfate which you have done. So desalting of a resuspended protein pellet into a gel filtration. So you'll use a gel filtration to remove this sodium ammonium sulfate. After that, you will further, because the proteins are to be injectable. And if it's a cardiovascular, if I'm talking about, in cardiac arrest, the fibrin clot takes place, correct? And this clot need to be dissolved. And streptokinase is one of the very famous enzyme, streptokinase. If you are working on a streptokinase, then you need a very, very pure product, correct? And it's a life-saving product, streptokinase. You just inject a streptokinase in a timely manner, then that clot will dissolve and the person's life can be saved. And that is why streptokinase is somewhere in 10 to 15,000 rupees per injection. So the protein precipitate, if I'm talking about streptokinase, I'll harvest the cell. I will disrupt the cell very carefully at a low temperature. Yeah. Using a liquid shear homogenizer, as I told you, if you put it through a nozzle and all of a sudden release the pressure, it will break the cell. The cellular debris we will separate at a low temperature. Protein purification, first I'll precipitate out the streptokinase using ammonium sulfate. Then recovery of this protein by centrifugation, ammonium sulfate removal, because you cannot inject into human. So we'll use the gel filtration to remove that. And ion exchange chromatography, which I'll send you more detail on the note. Ion exchange is nothing but like, protein, if it is a positively charged, then I will take a negatively charged compound and pack it into a column. Column is a glass column, just long glass tube you can imagine, which we call it as a column. And we'll pass this protein through it. So a negatively charged material, inert material, will be able to hold my positively charged protein. And then we will elute it out from this. So all the debris and other things are gone. And now the pure protein is in this column. And that can be eluted out using a more negatively charged component, which will release our absorbed product and which will come out. So that's I'll send you the note on that. Or you can use dialysis as I explained you, if you know the exact molecular weight, so we can use dialysis, and after that we will lyophilize and market. So this is what the similarly, I've taken example of organic acid. So different examples have been taken here. So you can go into these slides next time, and I will, meanwhile, I'll try to send you some notes also, but try to remember these slides. These two example, if you give your 20 marks is done. You know, if this much, if you remember, if you draw this diagram, followed by this diagram drawing, and if you expand it 2 to 4 lines, and I don't think after this lecture it should be that difficult. And then you take the example of purification of protein. That is, I explained you in detail if it has streptokinase, how we will go. And another low-end product or cheaper product which you can easily make is organic acids. And there is where clear evaporation and crystallization is done. So these are the 2 or 3. If you put this, I think your 20 marks is not going anywhere, and your sufficient knowledge as per requirement is there here. Okay. Any questions right now? Because like, you know, we are almost at 11:15. Your next class might be there, correct? So at least 4 or 5 people please cooperate and tell me कि ये चार्ट वाली स्टाइल पढ़ने में मजा आ रहा है या समझ में आ रहा है, क्या आप लोगों को वो जो वर्ड फाइल से पढ़ाते हैं वो ठीक रहता है?
So the chart style is quite interesting.
So the chart.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, I feel that, yeah, good. You know, thank you for this feedback, because you know why I shifted to chart is this, that remembering easy हो जाती है, and reproduction ultimately हम सब लोग को exam तो देनी है, तो reproduction becomes easier through these charts. And then after having this chart, once you draw this chart, no, the person who is checking your paper comes to know कि इसको मालूम है ये बंदे को क्या कर लिख रहा है, and then each topic you put it, and then it is very easy to expand. इसलिए मैं चार्ट लेके आया. But you know, I think in a classical, I don't know how other professors are teaching. They might be teaching through word file, but I think what I'm getting a feedback overall, whatever 3-4 people told, कि chart is better. So we'll stay with the chart because this is an applied field. An applied field में charts याद रखना ज़्यादा अच्छा रहता है. ठीक है? So I've already sent you this, and if I'm not sent, I'll send you again. Manasvi, tell me whether you have got this slides. I think I sent it in advance.
So we received it.
Okay, now just start your camera. Attendance की जो भी process है खत्म हो जाए, and we'll close the class. Oh, I'll come. 5 minutes. Does any one of you, in case what I have heard that from 16th they were going to call, but they are not calling. Why? What happened?
So we got an email saying it's going to be open on September 7th.
अच्छा, September में आएगा. You know, like face-to-face learning will be much fun. You know, we will be able to understand each other more better. But anyway, thank you. I think it will now auto recording हो गई होगी. So I'm leaving. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.